Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Pop the Mitt and Crack the Bet. And joining, and of course, on the show is of course the co-host, the great Brad Daw. How's it going, Brad?
It's going pretty good, Andy. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing all right. My team's doing okay. I'll talk about that when we go through our
Okay, fair enough.
And how I feel about how it's going for the Astros right now. We'll see if Jerry Soupy is able to join us today. We'll find out and see. But today, let's cross our fingers. But today, what we're going to do, we're going to go through each division, talk about who is a surprise team, and who's either surprising us in a good way or in a disappointing way. And also, Brad has a list of players that him and his son went through, and we are going to talk about if they're going to be on a trajectory up or a trajectory down. So we'll see. Or just right there.
Wait, did you see? I got that thing in there.
Yeah, did you do that yourself?
I don't know how I did that. That's pretty awesome.
Oh, I'm trying to.
Can I get a thumbs up one?
No. What if I do a smile one? I hope I don't do a poop one. So, we are going to go through our divisions. So, what do you think so far about the very, very early baseball season? Everyone's going crazy about baseball right now, worried about their teams. I looked at my team, and we've only played 18 games. 18 games, and it feels like every game right now is so important. How are you viewing things, Brad?
I know exactly how people feel. It's like I want my team to win every game.
Yeah.
And when they don't, and it depends on also how they're losing or how they're winning. It's like you want to see your team doing what you think they should be doing, and
right.
It's like, if things just aren't quite going the way you want, even if they're winning or losing, at least you can feel good about, well, the guys are playing well, and they're just getting beat. And that happens. That's baseball, man. But this is what makes baseball great, though, is any team can have a moment.
Yeah.
Any team can beat any other team. There's no, nobody's going to go 162-0, even though everybody was, talking about that at the beginning of the season. It's like, that's just ridiculous.
For who?
I mean, this stuff just doesn't happen. So you look at games on paper and you think, okay, this is how the game should go. It almost never pans out exactly like that. So that's why you watch. And the other thing is, that's why I watch to the end. I never leave the game early. If I'm at a game, I'm not leaving early. So
well, definitely not.
Yeah, because you never know what you're going to see. Yeah.
So I've already gone to a game this year. I'm going to another one at the end of this month.
Yeah.
Oh wow! In the end of this month, that's coming up. That's like a week or two. We're gonna go see the Astros and the Tigers.
Rematch from wild card division.
Yeah. Right? And then I think that might even be next week. Wow. I gotta see on that. I gotta see what day it is because of Black Spinner Circle.
Yeah.
But we got the Padres coming in this weekend.
Well, take them down, man. Why not? There's no reason you guys can't beat them.
Well, the reason right now is that we're cold and the Padres are hot. You can tell by the way
turn like that, man.
Like that, it really can. But let's go ahead and let's. Do you want to do the division rundown first, or do you want to do your segment?
No, let's go through and look at the divisions real quick.
All right, sounds great.
Let's talk about AL East. Who's your surprise there?
Okay, the AL East. I picked Boston to win it. I am surprised in a disappointing way that Baltimore is 6-10.
Oh, totally. I think I picked Baltimore to win. I don't have that handy, but I felt like Baltimore was finally going to get it together this year, and so far they haven't. It doesn't mean they can't. I mean, they're 4 games under 500, and they're only 3.5 games back of the first place team. So I mean, I've seen teams the last week of the year, jump over 3.5 games, but yeah, so that's it. But it's not time to panic. But you got to feel if watching them play, it's their play is so inconsistent. Their pitching's got problems. I've had injuries, and they've just had some issues. Hey, Jerry's alive.
He's still at work.
Oh, bummer. Miss you, Jerry.
Yeah.
Miss you. So yeah, that's Baltimore is my big surprise for being so bad. I'm surprised the Blue Jays are tied for first place right now.
Yeah.
So good job, Blue Jays. I mean, they finally stepped up to the plate and spent some money on Vlad Guerrero Jr., which you gotta respect that.
Yeah, and I think that they got a pretty good deal for him. I'm considering what the media was saying was that he was going to be astronomical. He's less than Soto and less than Ohtani, and he should be. He's not up to that marquee kind of player, but I'm glad that he's staying there in Toronto. Problem is that they're not a big market team. So,
well, they got the whole freaking country. Do you know how big Toronto is, the city? You ever been to Toronto?
Yeah, but I'm talking about how much more money are they going to spend to put the pieces around him?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
well, that's up to the owner.
Exactly.
I think they've got a lot of good players, and I think their pitchers are kind of pitching better than their normal pay grade.
Right.
So that's good. I mean, if they can keep getting good starting pitching, they're gonna win a lot of games. It'll be a surprise, and who knows what George Springer batting 400 or something silly like that, but he's hurt, isn't he?
He probably is. I didn't know that, but this is also Bo Bichette's last year on contract as well. Which
he's not exactly lighting it up.
Yeah, not at all, and he was almost terrible last year.
No, he was really bad last year.
And he hasn't really shown any difference so far this year. Now I was going to say Pedro Guerrero, but
I love Pedro Guerrero.
Yeah, me too. but you have to pay Guerrero if you're going to keep your fans happy, and if you're going to keep your team interesting.
Yeah.
So I was surprised that they are where they're at as well.
Okay. All right, let's move on to AL Central.
I never know what to say about this division.
I'd say there's zero surprises there. I mean, it's pretty bunched up. The White Sox are awful, which is no surprise.
And the Twins are going to join.
The Twins have been really bad, which is kind of I find that a little surprising. I thought they'd play around more closer to 500, but it's early.
Yeah, but they were terrible last year too.
Remember
the last 2 or 3 months they just stunk it up bad.
The Royals are kind of just not off to a really great start. They're only 2 games back, but so yeah, right now it's the Guardians and the Tigers leading the way, and I still think Tigers got a great shot at it. So I don't think there's any real big surprises in that division.
No, there's nothing there that is shocking me of where they're at. Even though I picked the Royals to win, that division is kind of in the air for me. Still.
Yeah, they're 2 back. Big, a lot of things can happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, even the White Sox are technically still in it, but yeah, I think they're playing.
They're going to start to.
All right, AL West.
West.
Your division.
Yeah, my division. The big surprise are the Angels being where they're at. They're only 9-7, but I'm surprised at where they're at.
Yeah.
Maybe this is a whole different Angels, but I don't think so.
That's for those watching. I'm wearing Angels gear. It's something we started the first year we did this show. That as long as the Angels are over 500, I'm going to wear my Angels hat and my Angels shirt.
Yep.
And I haven't worn it. I think I wore it once at the beginning of the season last year, and that was it.
Yeah, and
that's how bad the Angels were. So yeah, they're quite surprising. I mean, they're only 2 games over 500, but they're half a game out of first place. Nobody's running away with it, which is kind of what you'd expect.
Yeah, the Astros, my
they're
team,
only 2.5 out.
being 2 games over
But
500.
I get where you're at, though. I mean, if you watch your team play and they're not doing what you think they should be doing, it's hard to feel good about anything in the standings. You want to see your team doing what they should be doing. I mean, what Jordan's only got 2 home runs.
And they can hit the ball a little bit more.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I'm also happy with where they're at.
Oh, yeah.
If they finish April probably around 500 or a game under 500, I'm very happy with that because they're just getting warmed up. So
it was just like 2 or 3 years ago that at the All-Star break they were below 500, and they came up and they got hot, and then I was the Astros are never out of it to me.
No, so I just wish that they were playing a little bit better, but I think that will come with time.
Yeah, it's not fun to watch your team struggle. It's not
right. But the Angels being where they're at is a surprising thing to me.
Yeah.
Because I expect them to be in the basement.
Let's move over to the National League East.
Braves. Ooh. What is going on here?
Yeah, I kind of felt like their bad start. It's like, big deal. They'll get it together. They'll play better, and they've had moments of playing better, and then they go right back to playing bad.
But 5-13.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
That's tough to overcome, dude.
Yeah, they're 6 games back. I mean,
they're 6 games back, but they're also 7 games below 500. That's tough to overcome.
Yeah, that's
to get back to 500.
It's still early. They just got Spencer Strider back. He looked good today. Lost the game, but he still looked good. So that they weren't scoring. So what are you going to do?
Yeah, and Acuna comes back, but that won't be until the middle of May.
Yeah,
but that is my big surprise there. I'm so shocked.
Yeah,
by that.
I agree. My other surprise in that division is the Marlins, that they're playing 500 ball.
Yeah,
I expected them. I mean, you look up and down their roster, and it's like, who are these?
I don't know anybody.
Yeah,
anybody.
I mean, it's pretty incredible. And they've got some good starting pitching, but they'll probably end up trading some of that away before the year's over.
Well, of course they are, because they think that they're going to get. I mean, it's like they're always rebuilding.
Yeah, they never stop rebuilding.
They keep on trading the guys over and over and just recycling younger players, and they keep falling more and more behind. I just don't understand what they're doing.
Yeah, I kind of feel like there's some guys on my team, the Dodgers, that'd be like, is there a way to do like a loan? It's like we could send a player over there to play every day and maybe get his act together and then bring him back. Because then he'd be at least facing major league pitching and stuff. Because I don't think sending them to the minors really helps in this world. I mean, guys can go down there and tear it up, and then they come back to the majors and they just can't hit the.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, pitching is so different. Yeah, there's such a gap there between AAA and majors for pitching. So that's my surprise there in the East, the Marlins. Okay, let's go to the NL Central.
Yeah, and the Mets and the Phillies are going to fight it out.
It looks that way. Which is cool. I think that's really good for baseball.
I think so too.
Really good for baseball.
I sure wish the Braves will poke their head in there somehow, some way. NL Central, looks like our Reds are doing all right, man.
Yeah, they're above 500.
Our picks doing all right.
And they started off really rough that first week. They looked awful. They couldn't score, and they're just getting beat up.
In sports talk, I think the great thing for the Reds is they got a superstar on offense and a superstar on the pitch on the mound.
That's true.
And they're bringing the fans back to the stands.
Yeah,
not a lot.
Yeah, I'm still seeing a lot of empty seats there, but
Well, there's more.
Cincinnati fans are. Well, I think the weather's playing into it a lot too.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say where I live, you wouldn't want to be playing baseball out there today. But I watch a lot. The first week of the season, I thought, man, look, everything looks great. There's nobody all bundled up and acting like it's freezing and everything. And then the next week, that all went to hell.
Yeah.
It's still yesterday. A lot of the games, the guys were just totally, bundled up. It's no fun. No fun to go to a baseball game when it's really cold.
Yeah, I thought that they were going to try and put a lot of those games more south in the beginning of the season, or at least in domed places.
Yeah, that's usually what they do, and I kind of think they maybe did that a little bit, but it's like the first game in Denver this year. It was snowing.
Yeah, I saw that. But that's not a dome field either, right? Coors Field?
No.
And what about I always thought that Target Field was.
No. Yeah, it's kind of crazy that I think it was one of these things. They didn't want to pony up the dough to have
come on,
a roof on it. I know. I don't know who spent the money on that, but it wasn't a team. I haven't been to a game there, and I need to. That's one place I've never been. I've been to a game there.
A nice field. It really does.
It does. Yeah. I like it. It looks cool on TV. I've been to the previous stadium. We went to a game there, and that was interesting. Baseball indoors just sounds weird, smells weird. It doesn't quite feel the same. Trying to think, the time I've been to Houston, the roof was closed, but that was still pretty cool. That's a nice stadium.
Yeah, it is a nice stadium. But I do like it when the roof is open.
Yeah, I'd say that about any stadium. It's kind of cool. I saw over the weekend Miami had their roof open, which is very, very rare. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. That is very rare. What do you think about Milwaukee? They seem to be playing pretty good ball.
They're kind of here and there too, but they're one game over 500. I think most people expect them to win the Central. Some people feel like the Cubs are a lot better than I thought they were going to be. I was kind of surprised to see the Cubs up there right now. Yeah, we'll see if that holds. I'm really surprised how bad the Pirates are doing.
Every time you think that they're gonna turn a corner with some young guys, the Pirates just look like the Pirates. Ever since Sid Bream left, they haven't been the same. And we're talking about 1996. They've just been god awful.
Yep. All right, let's move to the NL West.
NL West. To me, and I'm telling you, the Giants are really surprising me. Right now, they got bases loaded with one out, and they're up 6-4.
They're hitting the ball, man, and they're getting decent pitching, and they're just winning games.
Yeah,
it's like they're battling. They play like even if they're behind, no problem. We'll put some runs up and we'll get back in this game. That's the way teams should be playing.
Yeah, they're playing scrappy ball now.
Yes, they are.
And, I like that brand of ball. It's all right. They just scored again, 7-4. Second and third. So
that's pretty impressive. I think the Padres are very surprising and off to an incredible start. We'll see how well they hold up. I expected more from the Diamondbacks, but they're 3 games over 500. They're playing well.
Well, they started off slow too, but they kind of bounced back. They started very slow. I think it looked like everything was off kilter for them, but it looks like they're getting their swagger back. I like them. I picked them still to win the West. I was going to ask you and Jerry. Jerry, would it be okay if I made some pick changes, but nah, it's all right.
No. You got to stick with your original things. You got to ride the horse you're on.
Yeah. So,
all right. Boy, the Rockies are just awful though.
Oh yeah.
They
Who
look
cares about them?
they
They're
just
just
look
bad.
they just look tragic and
Man, it's odd because the Dodgers have a good record at 13-6, but man, look at that 15-4 by the Padres.
yeah, they've only lost one home game.
Yeah, man, they look good.
And
They do.
they're playing good teams too. I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
they swept the Rockies, so we got to throw that out. But
and they played the Athletics too.
yeah, that helps. Although
That's
the Athletics aren't
right
awful,
there.
they've been winning some games.
Yeah, but that's 6 out of 19 games.
Fair point.
That's about a third of their games.
Well, all right. So there you go. There's our surprises
Yeah.
in the races.
And
So,
also a run through of the divisions. So
yes,
that's cool.
yeah. So a lot of really cool baseball though.
Oh yeah, man!
I'm-
Baseball right now is in the middle of an upswing. I think they've been in
Yeah.
an upswing the past couple of years, and this year is going to be one of those great years. I can feel it
Yeah,
already.
there's been a lot of walk-offs. There's been a lot of come from behind victories. There've been some really exciting defensive plays.
Yeah,
Some guys are just tearing up the ball with the bat, and then there's other guys that aren't, like the Braves.
and teams are acting like they're playing in September already. I
Yeah,
love that energy, and I love that urgency that we're playing. That baseball is being played with right now.
yep.
It's great. So I'm looking forward to so many more things. Jerry, we miss you, but I know that he's going to retire in a month, so he'll be open after that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I still have 15 years to go, man.
Hmm.
But that's all right.
All right.
I'm starting to feel it, though, man. I'm starting to feel it.
So Andy,
Yeah.
I've got my list of these players I want to do over under on.
All right.
I kind of feel like we should wait until Jerry can do this with us. I think it'll be more fun the more people we have doing this. So,
all right.
So I'm sorry to take that off the table, but it'll be a lot more fun when we have more people.
Yeah, sure, of course.
Yeah.
We could do that there.
All right. What else? So, okay, well, let's talk about our teams. Tell me what you would like to see, if any changes at all with your team, the Astros.
Yes.
Or you like what they're rolling out there? You want to see them just keep rolling it out there and just guys get better? What do you?
A couple
what's your
of
hopes and dreams?
I would definitely bring Altuve back to second base. Take him out of left field.
Yeah, he looks bad out there, doesn't he?
He looks bad out there, and it's not his fault. He's not a left fielder. It's the team's fault for putting him out there. He's going out there to giving it his try, but it hurts every time that they hit a single to him, and that's fine. But his arm is allowing the runner to think about changing it and making it a double.
Yep.
Or if they hit a ball in the gap, they know automatically they're going to get two. That's not his fault. He's got an infielder's arm, and you're putting him in left field. That's a terrible thing to do, especially. I know this roster, so there's plenty of outfielders to go around on that team that are on the bench right now.
Who's playing second base for them?
Right now they're putting. They have the guy that they just got from the Rockies. What was his name?
Let me take a look here.
And he's already committed a couple of errors at second base, and they got him because he's a Gold Glove winner. Well, shit, you know what he's doing.
Rogers.
Yeah, Rogers.
Yeah, he's usually a pretty good player. He didn't have a good day today, though.
No, he did not have a good day today.
0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts.
Yeah.
How you feeling about your the corner infielders there?
I like him a lot.
Okay.
I like the third baseman. He hit 3 home runs in a row Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah.
I like his bat. I like his glove. I think that once we get Walker going, because we don't have Walker going at all right now, and that hurts.
Yeah. But you've got, I mean, he is a great first baseman, though. He'll get it going. He's got to.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for him to hit. Right now, he's walking a lot. He's looking at balls going by, but then again, he was hurt all through spring training.
Yeah, guy Brendan Rodgers. I didn't know this. He was a first-round draft pick. Did you know that?
Yeah. He was a first-round draft pick.
He was the third pick.
He was
in the
behind
2015
Bregman.
draft.
He was right behind Bregman in the draft.
How did you guys get him? Was it a trade or was he a free agent signing?
He was a free agent.
Rockies weren't interested in keeping him, I guess.
And we signed him like in the middle of spring training. He was still out there.
Wow. How do you remember how many years he got on the deal, or
one?
Just one. Wow. Tough market.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a pretty okay season last year. I mean, hit 267, 13 home runs.
Yeah. And also we got playing second base. What's that guy's name? Hold on. I got it right here.
Okay.
Hold on.
Yeah. Pitching's been.
Our pitching has been good.
Who?
Our pitching's been all right. I'm not worried about our pitching.
Yeah, you just need to score some runs.
Yeah, we just need and I think that we'll be able to do that. We're just not,
Yeah.
But Dubon, Mauricio Dubon,
Marcus Dubon
second. But the problem with him is that he is a utility Gold Glove winner last year.
Yeah,
he's a fantastic fielder. So put him at left and put Altuve back at second and make Rodgers just let him go.
Huh.
But I do like our new guy, Cam Smith, out there in right. He's got a great arm. He's got a lot of electricity in him.
He sounds like a good one.
Yeah, he came straight from A-ball. He didn't spend no time in double or triple.
Wow, that's incredible.
He was a part of the Tucker.
Yeah, he was a first round pick as well.
Yeah,
14 in the first round. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, cool. And I like him. He puts a lot of speed on there. He's originally a third baseman. They put him out on right field. He has been making some really good run plays. He's got a great arm. In yesterday's game, he threw from the warning track to second base without a bounce.
Nice.
And he also threw a dart to home.
Cool.
And saved a run from scoring because they thought twice when they saw that ball coming in. So I'm excited about him. My brother-in-law thinks he's a stud, and he's going to be great for us.
Cool.
So, we'll see what happens. But there's a lot of bright things about the Astros right now. Just that it's not computing to wins. But they're only 8-10. They're only 2 games under. But it's been about a week or so that waiting for them to get to that 500 mark. They've been at 1 game below, 2 game below, 1 game below, 2 game below.
Yeah.
And I'm not.
Altuve's been swinging it, though.
Yes, he's been swinging it well.
He DH'd today, but you kind of want to save that for Jordan, right?
Oh, well, Jordan's also a fantastic left fielder, too.
Yeah, so you could put him out there. I wonder why he didn't. Was they up against a lefty today? Mats, they were. But Jordan can hit lefties.
Oh, yeah. He's the best left-handed hitter against lefties there is.
Yeah.
He's fantastic at it.
Yeah,
and he's got a great arm out there, but they're trying to save his legs. They're worried about his legs and his knees, so they don't put him out there that much. But you still got McCormick that could go out there. You got Dubon that could go out there.
Yeah.
You've got this guy, DeZenzo, that you could put out there, who's a rookie this year. Why are you putting Altuve out there? I have no idea. And that's my big gripe about what they've done.
Yeah.
And I hope that changes sometime during the season. I'm hoping that they say, hey, this is costing us out there. We need a stronger defensive team out there in the outfield. And that was the worst move I've seen in a long time.
All
Since
right.
they put Biggio out in center field. I don't understand these guys. I don't understand. You're moving these Hall of Famers out of their position. I don't understand. It's ridiculous. And they're both small guys. And you're putting them in the outfield. They got short arms and short legs. Unbelievable.
That is funny.
And also maybe our second year coach Joe could be a little bit better at pulling pitchers. Sometimes he lets them go too long.
Okay.
And that's a problem.
I gotcha.
I'm screaming at the TV to pull them. And I've got this. I've also got this text group with family members, and they're screaming, "Pull them!" And then I start making excuses for the guy.
So you're not wanting him to get fired or anything.
Oh, I'm not sure yet.
Maybe.
But this is his.
Let's say, okay, I got a question for you. Let's say the Astros did decide that he just doesn't have the team, he doesn't have things going in the right direction, and they want to make a change. Who would you like to see come in and run that team?
They did interview Buck Showalter in the beginning. Before they went with Joe here. Joe is a rookie coach.
Yeah.
But a lot of people on Facebook go, but he was the bench coach for many, many years. And I tell them there's a big difference between being the bench coach and the guy in charge.
That is true. World. That is true.
All because he was a bench coach for so long, and he would go on interviews all the time. It makes you think why he wasn't hired. So when it comes to Buck, I love Buck. I thought Buck did a fantastic job with his teams in New York.
Yeah, he's an interesting dude, and he's got a big presence around him. I've been to. Let's see, we were at a game, Nathan and I, a long time ago when he was coaching Baltimore, and we were in Cleveland, and we're sitting like the second row behind the dugout, the Orioles dugout there, and every time he came out, and you're just like, I mean, you kind of had to look at him, and you could see that there's a lot going on in there. He's watching everything on the field, and he's. I think the only time I ever saw him really do something stupid was that game when it was a playoff game, and he had was that left-hander, their closer, sitting there in the bullpen, and didn't bring him in, and they ended up losing that game and getting knocked out of the playoffs. I can't remember what that guy's name was. But anyway,
he does gamble, but
I also wonder too with today's players. Whether an old school guy like that can really command these young kids anymore. I don't know. Is there really a place in today's game for the old school manager?
I think there is. I think baseball athletes are completely different from every other team sport out there.
Yeah.
I think baseball players have more of a old school mentality. Still playing the game the old way, and I think that he would be great at it still, but I just feel like we need a change somewhere, because sometimes these guys come out flat, and that was all last year as well. It really was.
Yeah.
And so sometimes the change at top can make a big difference. So that's how I look at the first 18 games of the Houston Astros.
Okay. Fair enough. Man, how about Nick Pivetta, the guy who sat out there as a free agent till almost the season started, and the Padres snatched him up, and he's been pure gold for them. Crazy.
It's crazy that he was out there for so long without a team.
Yeah. I kind of. Also, he's a Canadian. Why doesn't he pitch for the Canadian team? Come on, Nick. Need to get out there and give Team Canada some pitching help. So that's to me. We got the WBC coming next year. Yeah. Big announcement is Aaron Judge joining the team and becoming the captain of the team, which I think that's great. But I also think it's kind of funny because in the interview he's like, "Yeah, I've always wanted to play on the team. So then why didn't you?" It's not like anybody's going to say, "No, Aaron, we don't need you. We're doing okay with this is crazy." But to me, the big problem with the WBC for the American team, the USA team, is pitching. It's really hard to get the frontline American pitchers to jump in there because I think it's mostly the teams don't want them to pitch. They're afraid they'll get hurt.
Yeah.
Which they've got safeguards around that. I think the only way you get hurt as a pitcher in the WBC is if you jump up and down too much and break your ankle.
Well, I remember Altuve got hurt. He missed the first 2 months of the season. Remember when they threw a pitch, hit his wrist?
Oh, he got a broken wrist. Well, but see, that stuff can happen in spring training, and it does happen in spring training every year. It happens the first week of the season. That's just normal baseball. So you're playing baseball, there's always a risk of getting hurt. I don't think that WBC increases that risk. I mean, they're very careful about how many pitches they let the pitchers throw. It's more careful than they are in spring training. But yeah, it's really hard to get a frontline starter to be able to pitch. So it'd be interesting to see if it changes this year for the USA. If we get some guys to come in there, because you always feel like it's B and C level starters that the USA gets.
Yeah, and it's weird because the Dominican Republic and all the other countries, they put. I mean, their pitchers are more than happy to go do it, even though they've got a Major League Baseball contract and season looming. They'll go out there and they'll pitch for their country. We've seen that's Venezuela and the Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico.
The big difference there is, and I've been to several WBC games, and you see in the Latin countries, there's so much pride in playing for their country that I think the USA is kind of creeping in that direction now, especially after the last one where Mookie and Mike Trout were just talking about how it was like the coolest thing they've ever done in baseball and playing for their country. And but those guys, I mean, they'd rather win that than win the World Series almost. I know that Shohei, when asked about that, and it was really tough for him to say, of course, that was before he won a World Series, what would be, more important to him, winning a WBC or winning the World Series. And I mean, these guys they've got a lot of pride in their country, and I think that's cool.
Oh, well, they should. Oh, well, he was stuck with the Angels, so he wasn't going to win a World Series. So might as well say WBC. I'm not going to win that.
You got to admit, that was like one of the coolest moments in baseball, though, when he comes out of the bullpen to close the game and strikes out Mike Trout to win the game. And
yeah, dude, that was really something.
That was, that's just cool stuff. And so I'm really excited about WBC next year.
Oh, yeah, me too.
First round games in Houston, so I'm going to do my best to get there for that. And
let me know, because I want to go to a couple.
Yeah, if I can get there, we'll make that happen. Because they're really fun to go to. Yeah. I know last year was the first time they had like sellouts for the semifinals and all that kind of stuff. So it's getting more popular, should we say?
Yeah, because I really
Good for
didn't
baseball.
hear about it until the season before it last.
Yep. Yeah, I had fun. They had the play in the tournaments to see the four, get four teams
Yeah.
to fill out the pools, and I watched those. They had them on YouTube, and those guys were playing their butts off, man. They were playing really good baseball, and they really all the teams wanted to win. It was a big deal to them, and that's what made it really fun to watch. And these guys weren't just screwing around; they were wanting to win, and good for them. Good for baseball.
Oh yeah, I think so too.
We need more guys that are that winning is really important to them.
So the only late game tonight are Rockies and Dodgers. Okay.
That's the only one?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll be watching that in an hour.
Yeah, me too. So hey, did you get the new food after all?
I did.
What do you think about it?
I think we should get them to sponsor this podcast.
Right.
If we're going to talk about them,
Yeah.
if we're going to bring them customers. Yeah. Since I don't have a TV,
right.
Whenever and the Dodgers are signed up to play so many ESPN games this year, it sucks because it's really tough for me to I try things that are questionable as far as legal to watch on to stream ESPN, and it doesn't work very well, and it's very frustrating. So new food, no problem.
Oh, I love it, man.
Yeah,
right now, watching San Fran and Philly.
And then if you're living somewhere where your team gets blacked out, that's nice too. I've got MLB TV, and it works really well for me. We only have two teams get blacked out here in Idaho. One is Colorado, because Idaho is so close. We don't quite touch Colorado, but we're that close. That's the stupidest thing ever. I understand why the blackout thing, which supposedly, according to the commissioner, they're going to stop the blackouts maybe next year. That they're going to come up with a deal to make that not a problem. But the other, can you guess the other team that gets blacked out here in Idaho, Andy? We actually do touch the state. What?
Seattle?
Yeah, we got Seattle blacked out, which it would only take me, I don't know what, 24 hours to drive to Seattle from here.
Really? 24 hours? No.
Something like that. It's crazy. Yeah, it's not close.
Damn, really?
It is the next state over, but it's like driving from your house to El Paso.
Oh, well, yeah, you're right, because it's on the very edge of the West Coast.
Yeah.
Of Washington, and you're kind of
we're southeast Idaho.
Southeast. Oh, well, yeah, okay. But still 1,000 miles?
I don't think it's 1,000 miles, but maybe.
More like 800?
Let's see. The people will enjoy me Googling.
I don't think that people really realize how big America is.
Well, I mean, if you lived on the East Coast your whole life, it's not the same out here in the West. Not at all. Especially your state, man, Texas. Oh my gosh. All right, so here's what it would take to get to Seattle from here. Let's see, view more. Whataburger. No, they don't have a Whataburger in Seattle. Come on, why doesn't it go? Drive. Oh, this thing's nuts. All right. Well,
we're trying to figure out how why Seattle is a blackout area in Idaho when it's a long drive.
Yeah, it's okay, I was wrong. It's the fastest route is 11 hours. Okay. It's 745 miles.
Wow, I still didn't think it was that far. Have you ever driven through Virginia?
I have. I've driven through we flew to Charlotte and went to is it Blacksburg?
Yeah.
Something like that, where Virginia Tech is.
Okay.
We drove up through there. It's beautiful.
Oh yeah, it's
Really.
beautiful. Man, it sure does take forever. I didn't
Yeah.
think Virginia was that big. It took me almost all day to get through there. It was like 7 or 8 hours to get through Virginia. Of course, I went through the heart of it, but still. I was like,
Yeah, if you're going I-95, I mean, just going from like Baltimore to Philadelphia takes
yeah,
pretty much all day, and it's not that far.
yeah.
Crazy. Plus the tolls.
So the Giants in the 7th inning, 11-4. It was just
Yeah.
5-4 when we started this. Man, they are slapping them around big time.
Good
All right.
night. All right.
So, what are your highs and lows for the Los Angeles Dodgers?
Yeah, the highs are, well, first week and a half of the season was fantastic. I mean, the boys were hitting, boys were pitching. Everything was clicking, man. The bullpen was really tight. Then they went to the East Coast and the bad weather and all that, and they just looked like they couldn't play baseball. Pitchers were struggling to throw strikes, and that's like the one thing I really don't like in baseball is guys who can't throw strikes. Either team. I don't want to even see my team walking. It's like I want to see balls put in play. I want to see great plays made. And yeah, we've seen way too many walks. They had a game against Washington where they struck out 15 times in one game against pitchers that were, no disrespect, but I mean there was no big name pitchers.
Yeah,
and that's insane to strike out 15 times in a game. So the bats haven't looked real crisp. Defense has had a few moments of not being real solid. So it's just things just need to be tightened up. People need to play like they can. If people start doing what they should be doing, the team will be fantastic. And then of course also getting with Blake Snell down, trying to get somebody to fill that fifth pitching spot. Everybody they've called up has just struggled. I mean, these guys are tearing it up in AAA, and they come up and then they can't throw strikes.
No, yeah.
What the heck? Landon Knack last night, tough to watch. He pitched really well. I thought he gave up 2 runs, but we'll see. Bobby Miller's getting a start tonight, and he only pitched in one spring training game and didn't even make it through the first inning because he got hit in the head with a line drive.
That's right. I remember that.
That was awful. And that was the end of him pitching until, I mean, he's been pitching in AAA doing okay. But I'm really curious to see how he comes out tonight. Does he come out throwing strikes? I mean, this is a guy that's got, I mean, his rookie year, he won like 13 games. He had an ERA of 3 something, he was really good, striking guys out. And then, he got to the postseason and forgot how to pitch, and hasn't been able to pitch since. So I'm hoping for some magic tonight.
Well, they're playing the Rockies, so
that'll help, but it's still I'm not saying Rockies. I mean, Rockies have won 4 games. They beat somebody. And yeah, how does that make you feel, teams that got beat by the Rockies?
That's right.
Poor Rockies, man. I feel bad for their fans. They still support that team like crazy, though.
I wouldn't. I would just stop.
Yeah, they're one of the top attendance in in the major leagues.
I guess they think Todd Hilton's still on the team or something.
Yeah, they're just optimistic there. So
and then maybe Larry Walker's going to walk out there and start playing again.
There you go. Yeah, they've had some good teams, man.
Oh yeah. They have. So, what else would you want to see out of your Dodgers?
I want to see better at bats, man. I want to see guys get up there and not swing at crap and not. I want to see Chris play in the field. I want to see people make. Here's one of my pet peeves, and this is a pet peeve when I coach baseball. It's like when you throw the ball, throw it to somebody. It drives me crazy in the major leagues to see some guy in the outfield throw the ball in, but it's not going right at somebody. And somebody they have to scramble around and somebody to try to catch the ball. It's like, you're a professional baseball player. Throw it to somebody.
professional. They're
Yeah.
making millions of dollars. They can
Yeah,
hit.
I mean, it's not that hard. I mean, look at the guys when they're warming up, in between innings when they're out there in the outfield playing catch. They throw the ball right to the guy they're playing catch with. Why can't you do that during the game?
And far, I mean, on pinpoint accuracy.
Yeah.
And then they overthrow everything. Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's just it's
it allows extra base. It always allows an extra base.
Yeah. That's what I say. Crisp play. Catch the ball. This is the other thing too. I'm seeing a lot of balls just being dropped. It's like catch the ball. The ball's thrown to you. Don't take your eye off the ball to look at where the runner is and stuff. Catch the ball first. Again, I always said that to the players when I was a coach. I said, if you don't have the ball, you can't tag the guy out. So catch the ball. Ball's thrown to you, catch it, then make a play. Don't be worrying about making the play till you actually catch that ball. And so I've been seeing too much of that. Ball's thrown to somebody and nobody catches it. They bobble it. Guys not backing people up. That drives me crazy too. Again, you're playing right field, and there's a ground ball to third base. You should be moving over down the line in case that throw gets away. You should, you don't have to be right there backing them up, but you should be ready. The ball hit the center field and you're the right fielder. You should be out there. You should be running over there in case something bad happens and you can help with the play. I see that all the time where ball to the center fielder and he's going back on it and hits the wall and rolls back past him. And there's nobody there to make the play. Shortstop should have been running out there. The right fielder for sure should have been there. Or depending on what side, the left fielder. These guys need to be backing each other up. It's like, well, it's really hard to run.
Huh.
Yeah. No, it's not. Get out there. Yeah. Guy, I'll tell you what, Kevin Kiermaier, watching him last year when he was a Dodger, that guy was a poster for how to play outfield. That guy never stopped hustling. Every ball that was hit, he was moving, and he was somehow trying to be involved appropriately in the play.
Right.
He never just stood there and was like, well, the ball wasn't hit to me. I'll just stand here in center field and see what happens. No, he's looking for I got to be backing up here. I got to be here.
He was fantastic before all of his injuries with Tampa. He really was.
Yeah. That guy. Yeah. I don't think it's really that hard to play hard and to play well. Yeah. You just got to focus. And I get, you make bad throws. Bad throws happen. I mean, you're a human being. So, I'll forgive some of those, but
it's the lack of trying, sloppiness.
Yeah.
Not being alert.
Or making a throw that you shouldn't make. It's like, there's no way I'm going to get that guy out, but I'm going to try to make a crazy throw anyway and then throw it into the outfield. Yeah. It's like, if you, don't do it. Just be smart. Play smarter baseball. So that's what I want to see my team do. I want to see them play smarter baseball, crisp defense. I can't say enough about Kike Hernandez. Wherever they put that guy, he looks like a Gold Glove. He made some plays at second base last night that were incredible. He's covered first base for Freddie for most of the season, and he's been one of the top first basemen in the league defensively. He's not a lot is getting by him over there. He's catching crazy pop-ups. He's making great fielding plays. That's a guy. I want guys to be like, I want to be that. I want to, every time I'm out in the field, I want the ball hit to me, and because I want to make that great play. So there you go. That's my take-home message, fans. If you're playing baseball, be the guy that you want to be at bat when it means something. Bases are loaded. You want to be the guy at bat. You're in the field. You want the ball hit to you. And it's not to show off. It's to make the play. It's to get the out. It's like, I want the ball hit to me so I can make the out.
You want to be the one that they count on.
Yes.
Very good.
That's my take-home message. So everybody go watch baseball.
Yep.
Root for your team and stay there till the end of the game. Don't give up.
Yep. So also, guys, look up Nufu. It's great.
Yeah, Nufu
for the whole year, and you get every baseball game, every football game, every basketball game. The NBA playoffs are on there right now.
Yep.
Everything's there. Hockey is there. It's a great channel. Well, it's a great TV app. I've been enjoying watching so many different baseball games. And since it's no blackouts, I'm able to see my Astros. And then when there's a commercial, I pop it on to the game next, or the game
Yeah.
of the channel next. So
Yeah, that's what's really cool for you since you live where your team is.
yeah,
You can watch all their games. That's pretty
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. And there's no, I can see them on New Food when there's no blackouts, and I prefer to see it on New Food because then I can hop to any game during commercials, or if I
There you
see an
go.
interesting inning somewhere, I'll go see what's going on.
Yeah.
So
So new food. If you're out there,
yeah,
throw us a little, man. Let's
yeah.
we'll swag up the set and the whole thing if you give us
We
some
will.
money.
We will. If y'all send me caps and shirts, I will wear them.
There you
For
go. All
Yep.
right. So baseball fans, tune in next time to see if I'm still wearing this Angels shirt. Hasn't been washed in over a year, so I don't know. Maybe I should make that part of the deal. I won't wash it till the Angels get below 500.
And we will be back on the 30th, Brad. Is that right with you in 2 weeks?
Yeah, that'll work.
All right. We'll be back on the 30th, guys. And
Okay, hopefully with Jerry.
Yeah. So thanks a
We'll
lot.
go over this great list of players, and we'll predict whether they're going to do better, worse, or the same as they did the year before.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Fun list. It's going to be a lightning round. You got to make your decision really quick.
Because I don't even know who's on that list.
And we're going to keep it that way.
All this will be a big surprise, and I'm going to have to get my answers right away.
Yeah. The pressure is going to be on. And then if you're watching, you can put your answer down in the chat, and we'll keep record of that.
Yeah, and I won't be able to Google their numbers last year to this year. So
yeah, and then
your stuff.
Then I'll come up with a prize for the winner.
Ooh.
Maybe it'll be this Angel shirt.
I was about to say, just no Dodger or Angel stuff, please. I've already got an Angel topper for my Christmas.
How about my Rockies hat? I have a Rockies hat.
Oh, okay. The Rockies don't even want to wear the Rockies hat.
All right, everybody.
All right, guys.
Have a good night, everyone.
Right,
And you too,
guys.
man. All right, rock out.
Keep them spinning.